Hello, everybody. We're back, and I am Travis Skull. This is Minecraft Zen Adventures, and if you want to know more about what's going on and why it looks the way it does, check the description for all the information to help you figure out. So I just woke up from a nap. If you've been following since yesterday, I figured out what I'm going to do and how I'm going to deal with things. I had a brilliant idea that I woke up with that I'm really excited to try. Like episode 1, I talked about my sticky note method that I've been trying to do for tasks. And so I decided to do a whole bunch of sticky notes and then organize them by what I want to do next. So I'm recording this episode to kind of get the brain started, to kind of get myself feeling good. And then I'm going to go through those tasks and see where I am afterwards. I was noticing, and I'm not sure if this is ADHD or what it is, but I have no idea how long these will take to get done. And so I'm kind of a little bit scared that I'm not going to be able to do anything else today if I start on these. And I think that's the struggle and the pull a little bit here is, ooh, gold. On one hand, I'm excited to get started. On the other hand, or I'm excited to get stuff done, not to get started. On the other hand, I am quickly overwhelmed by everything that needs to be done, that it's hard for me to continue with it. So, with all that being said, we are making the decision. I am making the decision. I think this is the way down. I'm making the decision after this to go through that list. And then I've got a bunch of other scattered things on my desk, these little sticky notes that I want to start to go through. And I hope that I'll start to get some peace of mind once I'm done it. I hope we're going the right way. On the other side of things, I want to do a little bit more mining to see if we can find any more diamonds. I already feel a little bit better. One thing I notice is when I'm hungry or tired, and especially that double threat of both, the littlest of things can seem insurmountably overwhelming. And I've been trying to learn to be present in the moment and try and relax into those situations a little bit. Remember that, sometimes we're just not in control of everything, and that's okay. But I think sometimes being aware of what you are in control of and asking yourself that question can be really important. Like asking yourself if you're hungry or if you're tired, and then taking care of those needs is critical, and being able to get you back up on your feet with whatever is bothering you. And for me, I think it's really important that I, at least, work to try and get myself to the point where I am able to react in a positive, good, and meaningful way with certain things. So when I think a lot of times there's this feeling of that I can get everything done, that I have on a list of something, and sometimes I forget that everything is a lot. everything is a lot of things. And the goal in life is not to finish your list. The goal in life is to try and make your life and other lives around you better. If there is any goal. I think that's the whole thing with Minecraft, right? Is Minecraft is kind of a great example of the way life is. There's a lot to do. And as we go through these mines and we go through all the things that we need to do in these mines, all the things that we need to do in our world, you know, it can seem like, okay, let's create a list for ourselves of things to do and then accomplish that list, the whole thing. But then when we reach the end of that list, there are going to be other things that we need to do. And so it's learning how to process that, learning how to deal with that I think is important for us to do. And if we do that, if we move forward with that, then we will be more successful than if we just think about all the things that we need to do in the future and get mad at ourselves that they're not done yet. It's better to just think about what's the next thing that we need to do. Ooh, we got some water. Let's see if we can get close to it. Cool. Oh, geez. There we go. Hey, look at this. Struggle bus. Alright, just another little cave. Any diamonds? No. Sad. I think that's what's weird about this. I was listening back to one of the first episodes that I did, and I mentioned something that I don't want. This was going to be fleeting, and it was going to end at one point, and so that's just going to be the way that it is, and then I'm going to have to deal with it when that happens. And to some degree, that's true, right? Like, if we catch up with the, updates or whatever, that'll be it. And maybe I'll start something different. But that's the end point. It's all over after that. But, we'll keep the world, obviously, but, we'll play maybe 14 episodes when the next release is updated or something like that. But I think it's better if we think about it the opposite way, Oh, I thought there was more lava. Realizing that it is forever in a way. And we can make this last as long as we want or as short as we want. But the point is not to just get all the episodes out, right? Not to sit here and just play, because eventually we'll get to the next update, and then I get to experience the new update. But it's about figuring out how to make use of the updates and what's in the game that we have, especially here at the beginning. And so instead of trying to play till the end, what a great analogy for life, right? Instead of just trying to play till the end of life, you should play the life like with what you have and enjoy today and enjoy this episode. Whoops, I just ate that. Enjoy this episode, and then you can enjoy the next episode and the next episode. And in its own separate way, with its own separate quirks. And some days it's going to be a mining episode where it's not fun necessarily, and other days it's going to be a really awesome episode where it is fun and there's a lot, like the dungeon episode, or episodes where we found diamonds. And I hope you guys get just as excited as I do when we find diamonds, kind of recognizing the rarity of it. And I think that's a much more healthy approach than what I had said, where I was like, we're gonna eventually this is all gonna end and it's all gonna be over, and that's just gonna be that. Because although that is true, I don't want to make it out like that's the goal, is to get to the end. The goal is to enjoy each update and remember, enjoy the updates that I never got to play because I wasn't, playing Minecraft at the time. Enjoy the progression and enjoy what Minecraft had for each individual thing, and to be nostalgic about the moments that I did play and remembering the very first house I did that was in a way pretty terrible. I remember making a door. I thought in the game that there were a lot more recipes than there really were, so I just started making random shapes with wood and stuff to see if I could make like a table or a chair or something, and I found out how to make a door that way. But I had it in my mind I wasn't going to use a wiki or anything. Then eventually I caved, and I forget what I used, but I looked up some guide on how to make some recipes. There we go. So, yeah, as I think about it, I'm thinking through, and I'm thinking about all of the different ways that we make different our experiences and our play. And I want this to be different. I really do. I want this to be something where I learn a lot. And just because, I play several episodes per day, which may or may not change as time goes on, there might be times where I decide not to play several on this and take a break from it. And that's one of the reasons why I've thought, let me keep a good stock of episodes going, so that if I reach a point where it's not feeling like Zen, I can take a break and keep the uploads as daily, giving myself a little bit of that grace. And if we run out of episodes and I'm still not feeling it, then that's something we'll deal with when that happens. But again, really shifting that focus in thought from let me just get these episodes done and get them out, to a more mundane sort of, what are we going to do today? There is no progress bar in life, for life, and so if we did, I think we'd live our life very differently. If you knew that you only had a certain amount of days left in life, it would dramatically change the way we live life, I think. I think for some people, if you were born with a short amount of lives, or short amount of days in your life, and you looked up there and you're like, okay, this is what I've got, I think that would really make you try and experience more things, and really push that bar and do the best that you could, because that clock was ticking downward and downward and downward. And I think for some people who were older, or who had more time, they would be a lot more careful in a way, or not careful, they would be a lot more reckless with their time. And they would be more willing to kind of sit in front of a TV and, you know, just watch something than someone who's only got a couple days. I don't know. I don't want to assume. I think everybody's different the way they handle things, but maybe if you knew that you only had a couple days left to live, you'd be going out and doing something, trying to make something of what you have. And I think that's just it, right? Is sometimes we think about our life in terms of, well, I don't really have much to do. I remember when I was a kid, I used to say that a lot. Is I don't have much to do. Could we get some diamonds for this episode, please?